In alignment to the Australian professional standards for teachers, I am required as a pre-service teacher to use a range of teaching strategies to help students develop knowledge, skills, general problem-solving abilities, and critical and thinking skills. In focus of the standard, I have explored a diverse range of pedagogical strategies that I believe to be the most effective for my professional development. I have focused my selection of pedagogical strategies in support of the students' learning opportunities, socio-cultural background, and prior placement reflection. I have selected a pedagogical strategy and focus to the Senior Modern History Syllabus Unit 2, Movement into the Modern World. The syllabus objectives have supported the unit with key inquiry questions to help guide lesson planning. To support these inquiry questions, I have focused my unit on topic 11, the LGBTIQ civil rights movement since 1969. To allow for effective development and support to students' learning and study, I have adapted cooperative learning into my plan to allow students to comprehend terms, concepts, and issues in relation to aspects of the topic, diverse historical questions and conduct research, analyze evidence from historical sources to show understanding, synthesize evidence from historical sources to form a historical argument, evaluate evidence from historical sources to make judgment in relation to any aspect of the topic, and to create a response that communicates meaning to suit the purpose. To allow students to achieve the syllabus subject matter, I have promoted cooperative learning to effectively allow students to develop the required academic contextual depth and concluding study drawn from the key cognitive verbs. According to Marsh and Killen, the cooperative learning is a very versatile pedagogical strategy that enables all students to deliver essential skills through structuring group interaction in learning tasks. This strategy is strongly validated through scholarly research that provides plethora and clear structure and a diverse range of different approaches that focus on maximizing academic success for each learner. According to Killen's research, cooperative learning works towards the motivational effects of self-learning, student engagement, and peer learning. Implementing cooperative learning into my planning for the syllabus will allow students to adopt key elements into their understanding on the content. These elements include a positive interdependence, direct interaction, individual and group accountability, interpersonal skills, and reflective learning. Implementing cooperative learning into the Senior Modern History syllabus will allow Killen's theoretical perspectives, including behavioralist, cognitive, developmentalist, and humanist. These perspectives allow students to emphasize the importance of enhancing and developing peer feedback, verbalization of understanding, peer modeling, and natural curiosity. These cooperative learning perspectives will increase students' achievement in mental processing in their cognitive development and elaboration of the learning. Pulaski's theory of proximal development supports cognitive developmental perspectives through scaffolding, a constructivist, and social cohesion perspectives in the lesson. Implementing cooperative learning into the modern history syllabus will be beneficial for students to build on the essential skills and academic development, along with allowing teachers to shift from the traditional pedagogy to a mentoring framework. Promoting cooperative learning is argued to improve and develop students' key skills needed, including social skills, decision-making, inquiring information, and critical thinking skills. Checker published a study that assessed the effects cooperative learning holds on the equality in students' level of achievement. They found that pedagogical strategies created conditions for greater equality among students in terms of success, equal educational opportunity, and learning experience. Promoting equal educational opportunities through cooperative learning has also Promoting equal educational opportunities through cooperative learning has also had an influence on teachers' role and approach to applying academic content to the syllabus. The teacher's role in a cooperative learning classroom is to facilitate and assist students in knowledge discovery and investigation through creating a learning environment that encourages cooperative group learning. When enabling cooperative learning in the modern history syllabus, aligned to the instrument-specific marking guide to support the unit's assessment strategies. This will allow me to determine the effectiveness of the pedagogical strategy and also to collect data on students' performance. Looking at the assessment's objectives, particularly at analysing the criterion from the ISMG, students are required to provide informative explanation on their understanding on their analysis for both primary and secondary sources. Incorporating cooperative learning in alignment to the criterion is best practice through student-centered tasks where students actively participate collectively to achieve the required characteristics of the ISMG. Drawing on the criterion's characteristics, practicing small group discussions will promote intellectual stimulation for all students to reflect, assess, and monitor their own performance and critical understanding. When implementing this strategy, it is essential to create a non-competitive environment that endorses a safe and supportive learning environment for all students to learn. In supporting cooperative learning in alignment to the syllabus, I have created a Google Classroom for my teacher learning ICT resource. According to Marsh, ICT skills are essential for the modern history syllabus learning and content. This resource will help students to communicate online, obtain and process primary and secondary sources materials, help scaffold group learning, and keep track of learning progress. The students will be able to put any information and materials they find into there for both the teacher and other students to look at. This will also provide students both home and school access. I've created a guideline for my planning of lessons with the concept of cooperative learning as my strategy. I've designed my guideline in alignment to Killen's research, separating the plan into 3 separate parts. The first part will focus on prior to the lesson. In this part, I will concentrate on the students' prerequisite skills to develop clear learning outcomes and prepare the appropriate materials that will enable cooperative learning. The next part, in implementing cooperative learning, this will focus on strategies and approaches the teacher will practice during the lesson, including assigning students to groups, setting and explaining the outcomes, and provide a clear direction in the cooperative activities to get started, and assisting and monitoring the students throughout the activities. The last part of the guideline covers the reflection and assessing of the lesson's outcomes. After each lesson, the teacher will evaluate students' achievement through self-evaluating questioning that will guide them to improve for future lessons and have the knowledge on the student's level of achievement. Through my research, it was evident that there were a few misconceptions and challenges when implementing cooperative learning. The first challenge is students' participation. There will be students that will contribute little and create conflict in the learning. There are many reasons to why students will disengage in cooperative learning. One being their objection to being dependent on the learning of others, particularly if students do not get along. Another challenge is the change in teaching. Students can find student-centered learning to be a novelty as they are used to teacher-centered direct instruction approach. Killen argues this, stating you need to be patient and recognize that there's learners that may be anxious and to help them to become flexible in their approaches to learning. Introducing cognitive learning into the classroom can be a new concept for many students, meaning that they don't have the skills of group independence. This makes it challenging and you have to spend extra time in developing student skills in student-centered learning to be able to do cooperative learning. In conclusion, the senior modern history syllabus will benefit highly implementing cooperative learning into their unit to be able to allow students to learn, think, and moderate for themselves. Thank you.